welcome everybody to this week's Market Share, the short weekly segment brought to you by MKR, where we bring you all the noteworthy news and updates surrounding digital media and the world today. I'm your host Genevieve, and we've got some cool stories for you today, so let's get started. First up, Mark Zuckerberg and Adam Mosseri have shared that launching a formal advertising platform on Threads is not an active priority. But that's not stopping brands from organically connecting with their consumers. American Eagle is one of the early adopters of the platform, focusing on a humor-first approach and interaction with other brands. American Eagle's Chief Marketing Officer, Craig Brummers, shared their team has been focusing less on the product and more on becoming the sarcastic best friend that the audience is interested in. Which obviously makes sense given the majority of the marketing team is Gen Z. This strategy sounds similar to the approach brands previously used on Twitter. However, with uncertainty still looming over the future of the Bluebird, Threads is filling a gap in the market for people, brands, and organizations to play with this short-form messaging platform. And advertisers, your time will come. In the meantime, it's your organic social media manager's time to shine. Next up, let's talk about Twitter's next step toward Elon's Everything app plan, which is slowly rolling out to verified organizations in the app. The new job posting feature, which enables the company to post vacant roles in a separate tab on its Twitter profile, is included in the $1,000 per month Verified for Organizations package. The only other way to access the job posting feature is if your business received a free gold checkmark for spending over a certain threshold on Twitter ads each month. Given many businesses are jumping ship and avoiding Twitter ads like the plague, this should go really well. Twitter hasn't announced an official launch timeline for its job posting feature, but it looks set to be launched sometime soon, with the brands like Workweek employing live testing. A few questions immediately come to mind. The first is, can Twitter compete with LinkedIn, an established professional platform? Do job seekers want their first impression of an employer to be their Twitter page? Will potential users embrace the idea of blending their personal and professional interactions within a single social platform? Only time will tell. Last up today, we're sharing a back-to-school campaign you don't want to miss. With an expected decline in overall spending during back-to-school season, Amazon is doubling down on deals to stay relevant while savings trump brand loyalty due to inflation and ongoing macroeconomic tensions. Back-to-school advertising is typically smiling kids, bright colors, and happy music, shared an Amazon executive, but no one talks about the elephant in the classroom. Back-to-school season is an annual reminder of how incredibly expensive it is to raise children. To help destigmatize the concept of spending less on back-to-school supplies, Amazon strikes a chord with parents by using relatable, humorous messaging. Campaign spots feature off-the-boat actor Randall Park, encouraging parents to spend less on school supplies by taking advantage of Amazon deals. The back-to-school campaign effort will span TV, online video, digital, and social media throughout the summer. And this isn't the only campaign that Amazon is employing to bring more money in. Amazon Ads recently released a spot that is meant to trigger creatives by showing that no matter how long you spend on traditional creative, there are always things that can figuratively and literally get in the way. Obviously, Amazon has invested highly in its ads business over the last several years, but we just think it is so clever to call out some of the inefficiencies in the advertising industry to drive people to use newer technologies like Amazon Ads. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more messages like this driving to more digital ad development than traditional, but remember, there's never a one-size-fits-all solution. That's all for this week's Market Share. My name's Genevieve, and I'll see you all next week. Next up, let's talk about Twitter's next step towards Next up, let's talk about Twitter's next step toward sorry, it really threw me off.